All right, welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning in, my name's Elvin. This is Stars, and we're going into the very last map of the grand finals. We're gonna have Holtows finest going up against our BURTS, which is gonna be a very interesting match because both teams are gonna be in A, and this is actually gonna be a repeat of qualifier number 2.
Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting to see. What did BURTS learn from their last engagement against Holtows Finest? Will they be able to close up the map? Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, right now we're gonna go ahead and start getting the lobby set up. Really quickly, Elvin, before we go into our next special announcement, why don't we just go ahead and take a quick look at our map veto here?
Yeah, let's go take a look at what is going to be getting played. Is it going to be the same exact maps? And whoa, a little bit of a change here. Sis Horizon being banned again. Unfortunate, but to be expected. But Vegas was being played every single series, but now all of a sudden being banned by the birds. And actually, Seoul is going to be getting played, and that's going to be Holtows finest picking up Seoul. So we're gonna get a little bit of a map change here.
Yeah, and it's gonna be very interesting to see. I don't think we've seen Soul on broadcast for at least between these two teams. Because normally they straight outright ban it, but it looks like they don't want to go to Vegas. They don't want to go to Sister Rise. They're like, we're gonna leave that to the just we have an advantage close range. So and there's all gonna go like straight line of sights, long sight line maps.
Exactly, and so I would imagine it's usually not very popular, specifically for a very special location known as Hospital. If that cash out spawns on Hospital, whoever gets to set up first usually gets to win, which is most likely why we usually don't see Soul. But you know what, it really just depends on where these cash out spawn. So although Hospital is a very menacing location, there could be a slight chance where it doesn't even spawn there at all during the finals. And again, it's no surprise here that we're going to be seeing Skyway Stadium and a Monaco to finish it up if we get to map number 3. Which actually, do you think we're going to get to map number 3 here, Stars?
Honestly, every time they fought, it's gone to a map 3, so I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised if it goes to a map 3 here once again.
yeah. I mean, it most likely will be. Both of these teams are definitely considered to be one of the best in the world in the finals, specifically as well for North America. So we're going to see some great gameplay coming around. I will imagine that we're going to have once again a 6 shotgun meta. Birds, although they were going up against an AKM last series, they stuck it through. They still ended up going with the triple shotgun, and it ended up working out. So I imagine to see the same. But I don't know if triple shotgun is the move on Soul. To be honest, I think there's a lot of spots where a long range weapon can definitely be an advantage.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm definitely excited to see what we're gonna get here. Especially since, like we said, it's one of those rare maps because no one likes playing it. They don't like playing that hospital. They don't like having the cross across the open bridge. They want to go across Sky Bridge. They want to go across the crane. If they got a zip line, they'll go across the destroyed Sky Bridge. But most of the time, nah, it's just a very hard site to push, especially if we get the moving platforms where you can glitch the cash out off
Yeah.
of the moving platforms and just leave it on the bridge. So now, oh my gosh, we got to push out in the middle of the open. They have high ground. They're just beaming us down. Like, what's going on here? You know?
And actually, moving platforms is my favorite. Actually, like you said, now it could be one of those maps where not only do we have moving platforms and you could bring down the cash out to the green bridge on Hospital, but then you could also have another cash out at Hospital. So we can have a fight just happen in the same exact location throughout the whole game. So I
Mhm.
don't want to see that happening. I definitely do. But we definitely don't want to see that happening because we want to see different locations going on, and I want to see different strats coming on, especially for Burts. I want to see a little sticky jump pad cash out situation happening on this map.
Yeah, and before we go ahead and hop in this map, at chat, I cannot speak right now. Wow, I'm just too excited for this map. I don't know what to say. But before we go ahead and hop in this map, chat, you have the power. Go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and do our one shot energy MVP vote. Who do you think deserves to be the MVP of qualifier number 3? The choice is yours. As you can see here, we have a lot of good choices. Craig from No Idea, Robinski from No Name, Swako from BURTS, and Lamp from Holtows.
Oh, so just to be clear, viewers are going to be voting on Twitter. Am I correct?
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and drop a link in chat. Elvin, I'll go ahead and beam it to you if you want to go ahead and post it in yours as well. But basically, you guys have the power to make your vote. Who do you think wins the MVP?
Got it. And I have posted that as well. And definitely some very great plays coming in from every single one of these players. It's going to be very interesting to see what the viewers at home think is actually the MVP. So again, chat, if you're listening to us right now, chat, please take a second, click on that Twitter link and go cast your votes, because one of these winners, correct me if I'm wrong, Stars, but they're going to be getting a nice little prize.
Yeah, they're going to be getting a nice care package from One Shot Energy, our main sponsor for the Masters series. I got my care package too. All the casters did end up getting a package. I gotta say, I don't have the product anymore because it was just so good. It helped me out, and especially those focus shoes. Essentially, what the care package will have, it will have those soothing UV voice straps, which are really nice for casters who may be casting for hours and hours on end. It really helps you really stay in the action and being able to speak at the best you can. And it also comes with some nice focus shoes, which is really, really nice to have, especially if you are a competitor. Everything is all natural ingredients. And if you want, you have links down below to all our sponsors. Just go ahead and click on the One Shot Energy one. And if you use code BREAKOUT, you'll get an extra 10% off your purchase.
Nice little care package. Definitely. I mean, now I want to become a player just so I can win that care package. Are you kidding me? I could definitely get good use of all of those products, but we're going to be going straight into the action. Grand finals, Holtows finest versus BURTS. Here we go. Ball spotting right in the middle of everybody. Who's going to be able to get control of this right away? As we're going to see. Let's see. So no, is this moving platforms? No, I don't think so. It's not moving platforms, unfortunately.
It's an issue. Bro, we got the boring game modes today, bro. What is it?
No, but we're still gonna see a lot of good action, because you know what? Where is the A cash out? It's in hospital, and one is right next to hospital as well. So I would imagine to see whoever wins this fight, it's gonna take this right to the hospital. Oh, but look at this. A very interesting play coming in from Holtows finals. They don't want to necessarily engage, but they want to make sure that they get control of hospital. And this is very smart to do, because if they were to take the fight on the boat and lose it, then they will more than likely 100% lose control of hospital. But if you rotate to hospital first, then you're forcing your team to either one, engage on you on hospital, which you're most likely going to win, or you're going to force them across the map, which is a very, very smart play to do. And that's exactly most likely what BURTS is going to do. They're going to get the vault and they're going to go to B, so that everything is going according to plan for Holtows finest.
And looking at how everything's playing out here, we're going to go ahead and have the nice little score coming in. We're having a quick rotate coming out here. We have Meshio coming out, zipline getting broken. Nice height control coming out from BURTS, preventing Holtows finest from getting that free height control over on the roof. It's going to be a very interesting fight here because of all the zip lines and all the ways you can take height here. But it looks like they have Swako, Chickpea, filling out here, breaking the window, so just in case they do get sent on, and as you can see he's making the play, you're just going to go ahead and dive straight on the height here so they don't know exactly where we are.
Very interesting positioning. They're using that little leverage there to get on ultimate height. Not having to use any more utility or going up the stairs. They didn't want to get caught up in the stairs just in case. So they took a little interesting route there, and they're just going to play their time. It's kind of different from what we usually see from BURTS. We usually see them play a floor under, bring the cash out down, and then go back up. This time around, it's just going to be playing ultimate height right away, and the ultimate height is definitely going to play in fruition. But here comes the fight. A jump pad and a huge RPG, hitting all three players from BURTS' side. They definitely have the advantage as the AKM is going to come into play. And yeah, just like that, it's going to be a nice team wipe. And that was all lapped there with that huge RPG.
That was huge opening damage here. They're trying to go ahead and knock this down. They don't want anyone playing on the roof. It gets stuck on the pillar. Can they get it? Yes, yes, they are. They finally got it here. So yeah, they don't want anyone to play above here. They don't want that roof control. They don't want to deal with it. So they're just gonna go ahead and play on the stairs here, play around second floor of the building. No, I lied. This is third floor. Thank you, signs on the map. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and see BURTS rotating back in. Ready to take this fight.
Yes, they're going to be going straight in. I mean, I imagine they're going to do the classic play. They're just going to go straight for
Oh,
this.
the bounce pad.
Oh, the jump pad. A beautiful jump pad and just delay a lot of time. And no matter who wins this fight, it's going to be Holtows finest that's going to win the cash out no matter what. He's trying to win that 1v1. Not going to be successful, though, as Swako's still trying to get some damage in.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and get the team wipe here. Swako just going to go ahead and reset. They're just going to go ahead and resurrect and just reset. Get ready to go for this next vault.
Exactly, just like that.
Bro, I got to say, this you can shoot the buttons? I didn't know that. Whoa!
Yeah, you can. The map is interactive with bullets. Just the same way that you can destroy walls and cranes with bullets as well.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna have something new that I can use. Hey, I'm running away from my life. I'm on Seoul. Let me just go ahead and raise that up. You can't chase me. Go ahead and shoot that button.
Exactly. You can actually, now that I think about it, you're completely right. There's specific areas in this map where you have to take that little moving bridge, and you could just play height and continuously just bring the bridge up. As soon as somebody tries to bring it down, you just shoot it across the map, and then it just delays a lot of time, and it forces utility out of the medium from the enemy team. But as we're saying this, Lamb's team, they're gonna be playing up. Swako taking a lot of space here, trying to do a lot of damage here. They're gonna single out Lamp, and Lamp is gonna be getting taken down. Pasi is the last one alive, and C is gonna be dying right away, and managed to get Swako alive, but Swako's not in a very good spot. Gonna be losing that, and just like that, Holtows finest once again winning the team fight.
Yeah, and as we see, they're gonna go ahead and rotate towards Hospital. They're gonna go ahead and destroy this bridge right here. Look at that. How convenient. 2 barrels just given to you for free as we're rotating in. How nice of the mapping of using them. We're gonna go ahead and get set up for A, as they are gonna destroy that sky bridge. They do need to really quickly destroy this crane so that BURTS don't have a free rotate over into the hospital.
Exactly. So if this is your first time watching the finals, this spot right here is one of the easiest cash outs to secure. Look at the bridge, it's completely gone. Look at the crane, completely gone. Just like
no
that.
way.
There's only one spot. Yeah, no, if that crane still would have been there, that would have been crazy. But oh, and look at that RPG damage once again. And this is why Hospital is so deadly. Whoever gets to set up here usually wins the fight. Swako trying his best, but not going to be very successful. They need to try their best to just delay time, but they're just going to kill him right away. Not a big deal. And again,
bro, no shot is crane, bro.
So they could actually use a barrel or an RPG to shoot down the crane again and just cut it in half. But this crane is in a very interesting position because there's another spot that BURTS can do. They can go up and they can put a jump pad on the little air vent on top of the roof. But because that crane is there, I don't think they're going to be able to make that play. So they're forced to do either 2 things. One, go on Green Bridge, or do a zip line on the bridge that's destroyed, which is not recommended because they can easily destroy that. They're gonna go for the green bridge method, and they're trying their best to get space, but they're just getting wiped right away. And this might be a quick 2-0, as they're gonna be able to wipe them yet again. And this is what I was talking about. Getting control of bridge is very deadly.
Bro, I was gonna say, like, I think that crane is usable. They literally can, I think they can run across that and even get into the building. And like you said, setting up for that bounce pad to get across, that's another option. But unfortunately, they're not gonna be able to make it back in time. This is gonna be their last chance. I think they literally have to hop on it right now. Yeah, and I think they finally recognize that they probably could jump across here, yeah. But it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be Holtows finest taking map number 1. Not gonna matter, just getting kills here, just to pad the stats, and that's gonna be it.
Exactly, it's just to pad the stats. Maybe BURTS can finally win a gunfight at the end, and maybe give them a nice little morale boost for the next map. Well, that was a straight domination coming in from Holtows finest. A quick 2-0 to finish map number 1. They're 1 map away from being the champions yet again.
Yeah, and that's definitely a very, very, very interesting and fun way to watch this match. I think BURTS is going to turn away on Skyway Stadium. We've surprisingly seen them do decent on Skyway Stadium. It's not their best map, but I feel like if they play the way they were earlier against No Name, forcing on pressure, just diving them and just putting them out of positions, I think they definitely have a chance here. As we go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, Chickpea not doing enough damage. Only 594. Unfortunately, dropping in area code, also not being able to get much support. And I think that speaks volume on how Holtows Finest was able to control the map. I'm telling you, that AKM definitely paid a lot right there, because as they were trying to rotate to Hospital, they were able to get so much damage. So by the time BURTS managed to get to the fight, they were pretty much half health already. So you definitely see that in the scoreboard as well, as everyone from Hotel's Finest getting above 3,000 damage. Almost every single player basically doing 4,000 damage.
Yeah, and I'm definitely excited to see what we have coming up next here. We're going, like, once again, we're going on to Skyway Stadium. Holtows Finest has been completely dominant today. I don't know what's going on. They probably got them one-shot energy chews from the last tournament. That's probably what's feeding them that power to really just dominate today. I'm just saying.
No, definitely. They probably just distributed that care package together, and they might even do it again this week if Lab ends up getting that care package here, because he's definitely playing like he deserves it as well. I don't know who the IGL of that team is, but I think the reason why that map played out the way it was is because from the very beginning, instead of fighting for the vote, they decided to go to the Hospital, and that played out in their favor towards the end. So whoever that IGL is for that team is definitely playing on top. Like they're on top of the world.
Yeah, as we're going to go ahead and go into Skyway Stadium, we know that Holtows Finance is up one map now. Can BURTS go ahead and clutch up and get this next map? I'm just gonna say it right here. I feel like the triple shotgun meta is so annoying to play against, because if you can't distance yourself, use your abilities to zone them out, you're just getting dumpstered on close range, and I bet it just feels miserable to go against.
Oh, no, definitely. Especially being a medium. Oh, my Lord. 2 pumps of that thing, and it's over. Having 3 people with a shotgun in your face? Yeah, GG's. Good luck with that. Definitely not now. I think the question that everyone at home is asking is a Volt going to spawn on Office again?
That is a good question. Yeah, let's find out. Let's get into it.
If you're just tuning in, it's been a crazy coincidence, but the Volt has only spawned in Office when BURTS is in the map. Okay, it looks like we're finally gonna get a shift in this map now, and it looks like we are gonna see Hotel's Finest here go straight for height. C4 being used already. That's very interesting. That probably most likely a misclick. Should definitely go back and pick up that C4, because it could come into play later on for this fight. But both teams deciding to go straight for height, trying to scope out the place, and I think they're very well aware of where everyone is in the Hotel's Finest. They see the enemy and they engage right away, and they're being very successful as that as well, as they get a pick and they're getting the heals back up. Just like that, they're gonna get control of the ball right away.
Bro, that fight happened in an instant. Bro, I was about to switch to free cam. Next thing you know, Rocket comes in, everyone half health. I'm rushing to get back into first person mode so we can see some action. Minute I do, the whole team's dead. They didn't stand a chance. They were just gone. It's over.
Exactly. No, but like looking at it from a viewer's perspective there, it looked like Hotel's Finest was kind of far away. And as soon as you switch POV, all of a sudden they were in the air already engaging. That tells you, again, once again, whoever the IGL is, they're working fast. And the team also, they're just listening to those calls and playing aggressive. But I think overall, they're actually hitting their shots. So not only do they have the plays, but they also have the aim to go along with it. Just like that BURTS, once again, they're not afraid to go for the cash right away. They're gonna be stealing it too, and they're gonna cash this team, but they're gonna cash Hotel's Finest by surprise. And the fight has already been started. Green Space trying to get space, trying to get a kill, but gonna be taking too much damage, and this might be going on the way of BURTS. But Lab is going absolutely crazy right now. Not gonna be able to be successful though.
Oh, Lamp almost coming in the clutch there, eliminating all the final two players of the team. If he had just been able to rotate that barrel to get to this next shot of pellets, I think he might have been able to close it out there. Unfortunately, not able to do it here, as we're going to go ahead and see BURTS having control of Cash Out A. One more push coming out here from Holtows Finest. Can they do it? Can they go ahead and get the first cash out and put themselves in the lead and put them on grand finals point?
Yeah, definitely. And it's already halfway over as well. So they don't have too much time to work with. Around 45 seconds left before they have to touch this. And they're going to be, that's a very interesting C4. And that's going to smoke them out as well. Now they know exactly where they are. RPG not going to be successful, but they are going to be able to know exactly where they are, and BURTS are going to be going straight for the height as well. Going to be dropping down. RPG being used. Chickpea very low. See, trying his best to keep him alive. We're going to be able to get the rest and try to do enough damage. But it's going to be Lamp versus Z, and Z's running for his life. He knows he's not going to win this fight. And Lamp is going to go straight for it. C doing a good job of just staying alive. C needs to go out. C can definitely win this.
Oh, no!
And see that an amazing job. He actually clutches up for the team. See, all over the place, being able to stay alive, going underground. As soon as he hears the catcher being hit, he goes back up, hits his shots, and wins the 1v1.
Oh, bro, if Lamp had just stayed on, he had enough health to tank it and get that cash out, he was probably like half a second away from closing it out. If he literally just stays on there, he gets it. His team's up on match point. But unfortunately, getting off to try and take the fight, he's not going to get it. And unfortunately, we're going to have to go to another cash out.
Another cash out for sure. And it's getting super intense. Every single fight down to the wire right now. And this is exactly what you want to see in the grand finals. As right now, Holtows Finest going straight for the height again, and they're just gonna scope out the place. I don't imagine they're gonna play too aggressive. I think they just want to wait for the rotation before they start thinking of a play. That means BURTS have to be very careful here because they don't want to get caught off guard. They're very well aware that they're at a big disadvantage with their positioning right now. But notice how they're playing in the corner of the wall, making it a little bit harder for Holtows Finest to potentially shoot them. They're gonna be going up right away. Not gonna be successful. They're gonna go straight down. They're just trying to bait something out right now.
Yeah, and as you can see, we are on high rise, so we see that BURTS is playing really, really well, using the terrain of the high rise to keep themselves alive. But it's not gonna matter as they jump up to try and take a fight. It's not gonna work as wow. That is a very, 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 very quick team fight that just breaks down.
Once again, Holtows Finest, they find the positioning, they find the high ground, and they succeed, and they're able to get the team wipe very, very fast. Now, the question is, are they going to be committing to C, or are they going to be going to across the map? And definitely going to be going to C. Now, they, again, if you're new to the game, once you get a team wipe and you have control of the vault, you do not want to put the vault in right away. You want to wait for the team to spawn first, because as you can see, as we're going to see here in a second, we're going to see BURTS team spawning across the map, although they did make it across very fast because they do have two mediums. But whoa, this is very interesting how Holtows Finest is kind of across the map. They're going to be engaging back though, and they're going to be looking down at their opponents, just trying their best to get this right now. And BURTS have to be very careful right now. They have a glitch barrel in hand just in case if they can hit all three. If they're able to hit this, is going to be the change. Oh, for a second there, I thought it was the enemy team there for a second. And there they are, a 3v3. The fight is happening right now. They do have a floor advantage. They're going to be taking over the roof right now, and they're just playing time. Cash out already halfway done as well. Going to ultimate height on Hotel.
There's no time for a second chance. There's only about 45 seconds left on that clock as the fight is going to go ahead and break out. We're going to see a lot of good damage coming out from Holtows Finest as they are picking them out, down, and knocking them down like bowling pins in the alley. And wow, this is a really, really clean fight coming in down to one player. Chickpea's just going to go ahead and say, hey, just take me out. We're going to go to the next cash out. Let's go ahead and reset here right now.
And Holtows Finest being able to bring it back. They lost the first cash out, by a second, but they were able to win the second one. Just like that, we're going to be going into the third cash out again. This is it. If Holtows Finest is able to find the third cash out and be successful, the tournament is over. Once again, that would be the reigning champions, two qualifiers in a row. Or will BURTS somehow claw themselves back in, steal the third cash out, and force a map number 3? Now we're gonna see the boat spawning right across offices, and it looks like both teams are right next to each other. I don't think Holtows Finest are very aware. Now they are for sure, and BURTS are gonna be right under the tail. They're not afraid to play aggressive. They're going straight for the fight.
Yeah, RPG is gonna be wasted right there. Gotta keep in mind, BURTS still has their RPG on them as well to get that huge opening damage. One thing I am interested in is why none of the teams are running an APS. APS is a really, really good item that really gets rid of any projectiles and keeps your team alive. So it's really interesting, and something I noticed that no teams are running APS right now today.
Yeah, you do bring up a good point. APS was definitely meta back in the day. It might just be, I mean, the only thing I can think of is now that double medium is the meta, you no longer have that light that literally gets one-shotted by an RPG. I guess the RPG loses a little bit of value because you could just heal up all that damage, right? If with that double medium comp. So I mean, that's the only thing that I can really think of. Or maybe what it is that you definitely need double movement on one medium, but then you also need that tether for the second medium, which might be more impactful than the APS. How are you going to shoot your one projectile, aka the RPG, if you're tethered?
One thing I will say is, as I was cycling there, both teams, instead of running the APS in the APS slot that you would have in one of the mediums, both teams are running.
Yeah.
Oh my! What just happened? Yo, bro, did they just get Thanos snapped out of the map?
They definitely did. That was a 1, 2, 3 snap. 1, 2, 3, and there they go back to the respawn, and they're gonna get full control. I imagine they're gonna go straight to B. It's one of those locations here, this cash out, where it's very easy to control. Whoever primarily gets control of this cash out usually ends up winning. Why, you may ask? It's because you have ultimate height and you get to shoot some shots at the enemy before they get to come through. The only thing is that they do have 3 shotguns, so maybe it's not as impactful as it used to be back in the day.
All right, it's coming down to this final cash out on B at the offices, your favorite place on this map. Obviously, we gotta find out how often we get that offense spawn later on. But right now, who's gonna win? Is it gonna be Holtows Finest on grand final point, closing out this map, or will BURTS take us to a map 3 on Monaco? Let's find out here. For a minute and 15 left on the clock for cash out B. What can Holtows Finest do right here to close it out?
So taking their time right now. They're looking for a glitch barrel play. They're going to be throwing it down. Bubble's going to be down, and the damage has started, but Lab already got it taken out pretty early. Actually, no, Lab actually gets a pick and stays alive, but just barely. They're going to go straight for the steal because they were able to get a pick, and it looks like it's Holtows. It's Holtows Finest. They end up winning the fight. They end up taking the steal, and BURTS don't have that much time left. They literally just kind of have to ape right now. And this might be it. I think Holtows Finest might take this home.
Yeah, they have time for one full fight, but it has to be fast here. 30 seconds left on the clock. They're gonna go ahead and have a gas barrel on it. They're just gonna go ahead and try and go for early steal, baiting out the nice little explosion here. But there's a jump pad below that now they have to worry about, but it's not gonna work because it hits the side of the floor. It's gonna fall all the way down the first floor. What are we going to see here? Can BURTS do it? They're trying to go ahead and take the fight, running low on time. They have to go up now. RPG going to come out, not going to get any damage on the players here as it's chaos raining out, but there's no time on the clock. Swaco going down. It's going to be over. It's going to be Holtows Finest closing out the set, closing out the series as they are your Qualifier 3 champions.
Wow, and well deserved for sure. That was an intense match. Holtows Finest playing that to perfection as they win 2 qualifiers in a row. Is it safe to say that they're the best team? I mean, who knows? I would love to see some other teams come in. I want to see some rising stars come out and be able to be Holtows finest again. The Holtows finest can definitely bleed. If you remember their game against No Name completely dominated them first map on Vegas, but then Holtows finest brought it back, and now they brought it back to the point where they kind of just snowballed every victory and snowballed every team here. But you know what? They definitely deserved it. As you can see in the stats here, every single one of these players doing a lot. We got Lamp and Brendy getting a lot of eliminations, getting a lot of damage, but then we see Green Space doing a lot of support as well. So everyone in that team completely just playing out of their minds.
Yeah, and it was crazy to see here because we have Swaco just doing his best on his team. Unfortunately, they're not able to close it out and get that map to win, but it's really, really cool to see like the Lamp and Brandy just coming in here, putting in their work, getting good kills, getting good assists. And if you notice, Green Space and Lamp just being able to stay alive there with only 3 deaths apiece. It's really, really cool to see that right there.
That's a good point to make, that they definitely didn't die as much compared to everybody else. And the thing that happens with these metas, because you have a double medium heavy comp, you really kind of rely on your heavy to do the heavy lifting. That the whole comp revolves around your heavy, just getting those RPG plays, doing that shotgun damage and getting that burst damage, getting those kills, right? So Lamp was, although Swaka was able to do as much as Lamp did, unfortunately for him, it looked like Hotel's finest team, aka Lamp, was just able to do just a little bit more for the team, being able to just position himself in the correct places at the correct time, right? And they were able to take that home just like that. A quick 2-0, actually.